Hi betting experts, on Saturday the 31st of May, a traditional ITV 7 on Saturday covering the best of the action from Chester, Haydock and York. The ground, well, at York it's still on the faster side of good, but there's cut in the ground at both Haydock and Chester and an unsettled weather forecast. Before we go any further, is to say that these daily racing tips will be available on my YouTube channel going forward at Stephen Harris 1423. I'd be grateful if everyone can subscribe. It keeps things being free. We're going 7 days a week as well, so take a look out for us tomorrow. In fact, on Sunday the 1st of June, it's a really busy month coming up. We've got the Epsom Derby, we've got Royal Ascot. This is when it really kicks into gear, so hopefully we can provide our subscribers plenty of winners, continuing on the efforts over the last 15 years or so with Betting Expert. We start off with our Betting Expert Daily Nap. This runs in the 223 at Haydock, a 5 furlong listed prize, and I think the rains come in time for the very useful no half measures. Now, Richard Hughes is having a really good season. His horses are thriving, and this useful sprinter was one of those who actually didn't run particularly well on the seasonal reappearance when below par at Newmarket, but the ground that day was extremely quick and she soon got in a poor position initially. I think it's a line through run. All of her form last season was progressive and upwardly mobile. She's a smooth traveller with a turn of foot. I think the flat track at Haydock with a bit of cut in the ground, absolutely ideal, and the icing on the cake, Asheen Murphy's been booked. I think around about 4-1, 7-2, she's a very fair price. Our Betting Expert value angle selection goes in the 210 at Chester, a 7 furlong handicap, and I like Yennefer here from the Harriet Bethel yard. Now, Yennefer has been a fantastic tool over the years, 8 career starts so far. I think he needed the run on his seasonal debut at this track last time out. I thought he shaped well in the circumstances. He missed the break and he was forced to take the car park route throughout, which everyone knows at Chester is not a particularly profitable route. He does handle a bit of cut in the ground. There's plenty of soft ground form in his CV last season especially, and I think the rain has come in time for him, and I think this is a race chock full of horses who've been running on fast ground and they might be inconvenienced by it. Yennefer should be a fair price too. The remaining 5 races on ITV on Saturday, we'll spin through them in time order, starting at Haydock with a 148, a very competitive 6 furlong handicap. I like Cody Lyon here from a yard, really hitting form. Mick Appleby, he's had 4 winners in the last 14 days. I think it's fair to say they were quiet as the season got underway for a few months, so Cody Lyon deserves credit for running so well on 3 runs so far for this yard, probably building up to peak fitness with a cracking second at Ascot last time out. The 240 at York, well, these carry a wealth warning, these 5 furlong sprint handicaps at York. Big field, JM Jungle is tough, consistent, reliable. He has inched up the weights for a couple of cracking efforts already this season, including over course and distance last time out, but he's got optimum conditions here. Good fast ground, a big field, Jason Hart up, everything's in place for him to go close. Perhaps play each way with extra places if you can find them. Over to Haydock for the 258, Group 3 for fillies, over 1 mile 4. Well, I think Chorus has been written off a bit here after a slightly disappointing seasonal reappearance, but if you watch that run back, Fallon was booked for the ride and he's up again this afternoon. It was one of those Goodwood races where she made a slow start and she was never involved. Nothing came from off the pace at all. She made a little bit of headway. I thought it was a run that would put her spot on. Some of Haggis's have been needing a run, especially some of the fillies, and I think she might leave that run well behind on this flat track in what is fairly disappointing small field in truth. Over to York for the 315, a 1 mile 6 furlong Group 3. Well, Divina Grace I think is the one to side with here. She's not had many goes for Andrew Balding since arriving from Ray Guest. Andrew, no yard perhaps other than Richard Hannon, who's in better form at the minute. Andrew's had I think 14 winners in the last fortnight at the time of recording, 23% strike rate, they're all flying. Divina Grace wasn't seen to best effect in a small field at Newmarket last time out, and I think the step up to 1 mile 6 on quick ground should really suit her. Probert's booked. I'm expecting a much more patient ride. She goes through her races with zest, and I think York, flat track, very fair on decent ground, should suit her. And finally, the day's feature at Haydock, the 333, a 7 furlong Group 3, a mixed bag here, but I think Quinault represents the value at a double figure price. Stuart Williams, another yard, perhaps fair to say, a slow start to the turf season, but he has had a couple of winners in the last fortnight, and this prolific performer, I thought he ran with credit in the spring at Al Uqdar and Maidan in pretty warm company. He's bound to be readied for this prize with ground conditions to suit. His record record on the turf. He's won 9 of his 20 starts so far, and Mark Agiani's booked, who knows him so well. He'll be looking to weave his way through late off what's sure to be a very strong early gallop. Best of luck with all 7 ITV races on Saturday, betting experts, and please do subscribe to my YouTube channel at Stephen Harris 1423. That's where we'll be every day starting on Sunday.